So I said, what's going on? What am I seeing? Are these people sort of just talking like this? So I'm looking at Freddie, Freddie's looking at me, and we're just talking about, is that what the scene's about? No, we're doing things. It's a ballet. Think of a scene as a ballet, as a choreography. So I tell you something, and I have and I drink a bit of water, and you tell me something else, and you pick up something from the floor, and whatever. But it depends on what kind of dramatic issues exactly you have. What's at stake in the scene? Are we relaxed? Okay, if we're relaxed, then maybe you take out a cigar, and maybe I take out. If we're tense, then something else. I don't know. Or maybe I'm about to say something. I say, look, Freddie, I really have something important to tell you, and your phone rings. And phone. Oh, sorry, Miguel. And that was the moment when I needed to say that. It's really something difficult to say. You answer the phone, and when we come back to the conversation, I somehow can't get back to the mood. All that is good dialogue. All that is part of writing dialogue. Yes, no,
yeah.
sorry.
Is this a ballet movement written by the
Yes, it's written by the
writer.
Yeah, it's written by the writer. I wouldn't go into too many details, but
yeah.
You definitely, I think, it's in the screenplay. Now, as I said the other day, when the time comes, maybe the actor will change things, or the director, because change the movements, but they'll understand what you want from the scene. You don't want two people sitting face to face and just blah 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 blah. You're suggesting that something goes on, the body movements. Now maybe the body movements don't suit the actor. The actor doesn't feel comfortable with that and suggests something else, which he or she feels more comfortable with, so that's fine. But basically they won't betray the idea of your screenplay.
You think in the 12 Angry Men, how much of instruction do you think is given?
I think a lot.
It's a lot, yeah?
I think so. I haven't read the screenplay, but I would imagine that is a film that's very meticulously written, and that what the people do. For example, 12 Angry Men, have you seen it?
No.
That is an amazing character piece. You have 12 characters, and they each are perfectly characterized.
It's a lot of writing. There will be a lot of writing then.
Sorry?
It's a lot of writing, you know.
A lot of writing.
Yeah, in terms of not the dialogue, but it's a kind of instructional.
Well, it's not so much a lot. It's a question of imagining the
thinking about it, yeah.
Thinking about it,
the whole
looking
thing, yeah.
Exactly, and seeing the scene in your mind, and actually, or why not enacting it yourself?
Yeah, trying it out. Yeah.
Trying it out. I mean, if you're on your own, you can play all parts. If you have just your friend or your wife or whatever, you say, come and help me. And you sit there, and okay, I would like you to tell me this, to read these lines while you're crossing the room. So the person stands up, you do it yourself, and stands up, and something happens on the way. The person trips, and you say, oh, that's a good idea. If the person trips, then what the person is saying gets cut in the middle, and it can be interesting. And then you see how the person walks, and somehow you had imagined the person saying, look, I have something to tell you, it's really important. And you give it to somebody, and the person says, look, I have something to say, it's really important. You say, that's more interesting if they walk that way, rather than slowly, or you imagine it, the person looking at you, say, look, I have something to say, it's really important, and you give it to whoever, never mind, it can be just a friend of yours. They don't have to be professional actors. We're not talking about acting here. We're talking about
creating the reality of the scene.
Exactly.
I need that texture.
And as it happens, the person who says it doesn't look at you and says, look, I really have something important to say to you. So you say, actually the effect is better if the person doesn't look at me. So you write that down. You write that down. Because obviously,